Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. The world has gone crazy. Inflation is out of control. Prices are doubled. Lumber prices have doubled in the last year and a half on trusses, on 2x12, 2x6s, everything, plywood. So they kind of put me in a bind, and the lumberyard said, I had a quote, and they said it's only good for 2 days now, and then it's going up. So they can't even quote week to week. I mean, so I decided to just purchase my lumber ahead of time, and actually I'm purchasing it like 2 or 3 weeks earlier than I wanted because I kind of wanted the snow to be gone before I came in here and started framing this garage. But because of the way the crazy economy is, I decided to bite the bullet. So in order for this lumber to be able to get delivered down to this garage pad, I needed to clear out the snow. So I'm using my BOBCAT TOOLCAT, and I'm also using my BOBCAT excavator. And I also have a kid with the little quad that you see there. He's plowing off some of the snow off of the actual building pad. And yeah, it was a lot of work. So I spent, I would say I spent about 3 days trying to clear this snow off. Once I knew I was committed to having a delivery of lumber, I then needed to just go in here and clear as much off as I could. So right here I'm clearing around the building with the BOBCAT excavator, and I'm shooting this little video with my drone, which is kind of a pain in the ass when you're driving the excavator and trying to use the drone, but sometimes that's kind of nice footage. So here's a shot of with the drone plowing snow with the excavator. Actually, the excavator did pretty good in the snow, which was surprising because I have rubber tracks on it, and a lot of times the rubber tracks can be slippery if you get in some ice. But in the powder, it seems to do pretty good, which yeah, that's pretty nice. I might start using that even more up on my trail around my property in the winter to kind of have a nice access around my property. Anyway, yeah, the BOBCAT E50 plowing snow. And yeah, basically what I have to do is I'm going to have to clear all the snow out, then take my lumber delivery, which is coming Monday. It's coming in 2 more days. So I need to have the slab nice and clean and the lumber by Monday, which is 2 days from now, and take delivery. And then what I'll start doing is I'll start laying out all the headers for the doors and windows, and then I'll bring in a crew to bang out the walls. And then I have to wait 1 week for my trusses, and then I'll bring the guys back to bang out the roof. But yeah, it's going to be really nice. It's just yeah, the world has just gone crazy. The trusses started out at my first estimate, which was a year ago, was $12,000, and a couple weeks ago when I placed the order and gave them a deposit, it was $17,000. And then you have plywood, which everybody knows about plywood. Plywood's doubled. Even your standard lumber has gone up, so it's really crazy. You can see it. So when I first started clearing off the snow, I started actually with the TOOLCAT, came down there, and I realized it was just too thick. So there was about 2 feet on top of my building slab, and I went up there and just started pushing that off, and then ended up hiring these kids to help me a little bit on this day. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy out there. I don't know. And then you got, the Russian war, that's going crazy now too. And then you have, I don't know what the price of oil is going to be, what the future is going to be like, but you just have to do the best you can, I guess, and hopefully things will work out. Right now I'm pretty excited to have this garage. I've had to leave my equipment, my excavator, my TOOLCAT, even my pickup truck outside because they just don't fit in the garage. Actually, my TOOLCAT I put in the garage, but yeah, my truck and my excavator and my log hauler, my dump trailer, I've had to have all outside. And this year I'll be able to put all that stuff inside, so that'll be really nice. I love my excavator. I wish it was an enclosed cab though. I'm pretty bundled up right now and I got my gloves on. It's pretty cold actually. There's a huge amount of snow. We didn't even get a big winter, but there's a lot of snow buildup down there. And the guys did a pretty decent job of helping me shovel it off that slab. I had two guys, two local kids helping me, and they did a good job. Normally I speed up the videos like 8 times speed, but for some reason I wanted to try out just having shorter clips with the just normal speed. One of the things that we get around here is, so we have snow season and then you have mud season, which I really don't like mud season. I don't mind the snow. I don't like the mud though. Mud tracks everywhere and it's just a pain in the ass. Next up, I get my, you can see I've cleared out all the snow, and for the most part, this upper section is really dry. And the first part of the delivery is these big beams. I've got 2 big paralams that are 32 feet long, and then I've got some timber strand that's 32 feet long, and some more timber strand that's 36 foot long. So what I decided to do to put it on this little flat hill, and I put out some stickers. And this guy brought a forklift that had all-wheel steer, so you could actually, it was pretty crazy. The thing you could steer it in all different directions. All 3 wheels could turn in any direction, and that was a big help. I was worried that, in the past I'd have some lumber deliveries and they would just come dumping on the ground like a flatbed that would have rollers on it, and they would just dump it off. And I really never liked that because, especially if you're in the dirt, half the stuff ends up getting all muddy, and it's just not the greatest thing. So this guy brought a really cool forklift. I've never seen one like this before. I've seen a few, but not one that all 3 wheels. It was a 3-wheel steer forklift. And it also could extend the forks out like 6 feet. And he did a really good job. Like right here, you'll see he'll turn that first wheel. He was a really good guy. Did a really nice job actually. I like to have the lumber that I'm going to use first, closest to the garage, and the rest of the stuff, you want it in a sequence. So he put it everywhere that I wanted it, and which was really nice. And there's the first load. That's all my beams. Here comes a load of 5/8 OSB, and this will be the roof material. There's the wall material, which is 1/2-inch OSB. Now normally we used to use 5/8 CDX on the roof, but because I'm up here in the mountains, the OSB has a lot more glue in it, and it'll be a lot more waterproof than CDX. And I also bought 5 gallons of Thompson's water sealer. I don't know if it's Thompson, some kind of water sealer, just in case. What I'm going to do is, and there's the, let's see, what is that? Blue. I think that's the 5/8 roofing material. But I did buy 5 gallons of water sealer. Now what I have done in the past, one time I was building a house in California down on the beach, and I had the whole thing framed up. It was a 2-story, and a storm was, I saw the weather and a storm was coming in, and I got some weed sprayers, and I filled them up with Thompson's water sealer, and I sprayed the whole building, mainly the roof and the second floor sheeting, and it worked really well. It allowed, that storm came in and hit us really hard, but it allowed it to bead off. Now there's my pressure plate, there's my top plates, and my 6x6 for the headers for the doors and windows. And here, obviously, you know, the pressure plate and the top and bottom plate, or the two top plates, and my 6x6s will be the first thing I use. So I have him put that right by the shop, and that'll be the first thing I take off. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is start cutting all the headers, the door headers and the window headers. It's important to order your windows and doors ahead of time too. That was one of the first things I bought, which I was really lucky because they tripled in price after that. So that was one thing it was the only thing that I did good on because I ordered them like a year in advance. Now here's all the wall studs. There's about 180 2x6 12s for this garage. Hopefully that ends up enough. And I haven't put these studs close to my project too, because of those studs I'll have to cut. My total height of my wall is 12 feet, and you know, subtracting the two plates on the top and the bottom pressure treated plate, I'm going to have to cut 4.5 inches off of every one of these studs for the walls. And you can see I set some stickers on the snow over there. Now the bummer is, it looked like we had good weather, and then I had my framing crew, after I lay this out, they were going to come in and pound this, you know, get this pounded up, the walls at least, on Saturday and Sunday. But now I saw that the weather, we got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday snow coming. So I've got about 10 blue tarps that I bought, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working the next few days on cutting the headers and stuff, and we'll see what happens with the weather, but I'm going to have to cover all this lumber up. And that's the last of that's my hardware right there. And I do have all the roofing. I got rolls of Tyvek roofing material, so I'll be able to get ahead of the game, hopefully, and I'm really hoping to get it waterproofed in within a month. That's kind of my goal. Get my inspection within the next month, and then to get the roof on. Yeah, that guy did a really good job. That machine is pretty incredible. Anyway, this is day 1, 2, 3. The world has gone crazy, and I have to take order of my lumber in the snow, with snow coming, and yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I will see you next time. Later.